Hey, how you been, guys? It's been a while since the last video. I've been a little bit busy. So recently I kind of got promoted at work, and a few other things happened. It escalated quite quickly. I also got my own little place. I've got a little flat here now, so it's all good. I'll give you a guided tour. Go around here, little £30 Hoover. Just get that one in there, 30 quid from Argos. Yeah, just great little place, and it's all moving on quickly. Now, today this isn't about obviously me moving house or moving into a flat. It's about doing this laptop. But I just thought I'd explain where I've been for the last like 2 weeks. Obviously I've been working hard as well, and my role is changing massively at my current employment. Oh Lord, that bathroom though. Instead of looking after one school, I'm now looking after loads. So it's like, oh! So yeah, I'm kind of worried, but it's going to be exciting times as well. I've got a lot of learning to do, a bit of washing there, and yeah, it's going to be good fun. So I'm looking forward to it. It's not looking too bad in here, hey? Got a little balcony, can look out on here and open the doors. It's all right. Just what I need for one person. Let's get cracking with the laptop anyway. This is the laptop in question. It's got a broken screen, so the LCD or LED display has actually cracked behind the front plastic cover. This is an ASUS X802C notebook PC with Windows 8 on it. And if we just open this one up, that's actually on, and yeah, you can't really see anything. It has a huge crack down here, or 4 cracks, and yeah, there you go. Hopefully the camera will pick that up there. There's not an awful lot displaying because it's so knackered. Okay, so what I've done is I've put it into kind of a position so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to replace the screen on this with a brand new one, which is here in this nice shiny box, still packaged up, and hope it's the right one for this particular model. Usually, to take these things apart, they're quite complicated, so don't do this unless you are, completely confident in yourself. They're not easy. Screens are probably the hardest thing to do on a laptop, simply because you take them off from the hinges normally. So let's go and have a look at this and see how we do it. And undo the screws on the base of the machine. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to take out. They're all the same. Okay, so once all of these screws are out, have a little look at the front of the machine now. So we'll open it back up again and see if the cover wants to come away. So the top cover, holding the keyboard down, wants to come away. So what I'm going to do is just put my fingers behind this sort of breathing hole here and vent hole. Just put my fingers in there and try and pull this up to release it. It will just be clipped down now. As you can see, it's just coming away. But remember, the keyboard will still be attached and the trackpad. As you can see, it pops away. You've got to be quite rough with it, unfortunately, but it's just retaining clips that hold the thing down. Just pop this off, and just remember, like I said, those cables are still attached for the trackpad and the keyboard, so don't just yank this off in a minute. Hence why I'm going around quite slow. Almost there. There we have it. So now this is loose. We can obviously get underneath it, so just be careful when you lift this off, because as you can see, it's still attached. I can't actually get that away. It has cables under there attached to it. So what we need to do is lift the ribbon cable up. So I'll just turn this around so you can see. Okay, so under here you have a ribbon cable. Just lift the little piece of plastic up, and then the trackpad will be undone. And the same applies for the keyboard as well. It'll have a little sort of flippy latch locking thing that locks it in place. Just flip it up and pull the cable out. And then, as you can see, that is now completely free and separate from the board. This now gives us access to the hinges, first of all, and also the ribbon cable that is routed through these cables here where the Wi-Fi cables go. So here's the VGA cable, the video cable here. We'll zoom in a minute, I'll show you a bit clearer, but this will need to be detached while we get to the screen and obviously take it all out. So we'll put this aside for now, as we're done with the keyboard. So the problem we're faced with is the VGA cable up here is easily accessible. We can unplug that from the board and that is fine. We can trace the cable, which is the black cable there, going along the back of the machine. We can trace that, and obviously it's not blocked or held down with anything. The other issue you have with laptops is the Wi-Fi cables go into the screen. They actually come up here and then into the top to give you better signal. So you have normally one each side that meet about here. On this occasion, they're both going up on the right hand side, as you can see them just about here. The black and a white cable tucked into the screen hinge, and they actually come down to where the Wi-Fi chip is under the motherboard. So it looks like we may have to take the motherboard out on this particular model, which sounds like a lot more work than it actually is. It's only a few screws and it will lift out. Then we can unplug the two terminals and then obviously let them come through, unscrew the hinges, take off the VGA cable connector, and then obviously pull the screen off and have a look at getting the actual frame off and replacing the LCD panel or LED panel, depending on what it is. Alright, let's bring this in as close as I can for you guys. So we've got there's actually the hard drive to take out right here. There's a couple of screws that need to just come out of this. The screws holding the hard drive and hold the actual board in this side. So I'm just going to take the hard drive out. Now I always say to people that this is going to be a big job. If anyone ever replaces a screen on a laptop, it's not an easy job. Some of them are a bit easier than this, but you know, most of the time they're actually quite hard to do. So it's one of the biggest jobs you can do with a laptop. Okay, so I'm just going to pull the drive out there, the SATA drive. There's the 500 gig Western Digital drive. Take that out and put it away, put it aside. And now, if we just try and lift this out, as you can see, the board is completely loose. There's a few cables connecting it up to stopping it from actually lifting off. So we're going to undo all these ribbon cables. So you've got what looks to be like a front panel LED display panel here, connector, like powers the lights. So we'll disconnect that. It's only a little ribbon cable. We also have a battery connector here that obviously gives the motherboard power from the battery and lets you charge it. So I'm going to pull that off as well. We'll do that in a minute. I'm going to pull this off here. Looks to be a sensor. Got the motherboard connector here for the side ports on the side of the machine. Pull that out. And then if we go ahead and do this now and lift this out again, we should be able to get access to the battery connector, which just pulls off. And then all that's left now are the VGA, which are the initial problems we had, obviously because they need to be taken off and replaced. So that VGA cable needs to be pulled off. So what we'll do with this is literally just grab the sticky as you can see, I've pulled it off, and then just literally pull the connector back like that. Okay, simple as that. Okay, so that gives us access to the Wi-Fi connectors now. Just remember the black one is left on this laptop and the white one is right. And there we have it. So that is the motherboard in this machine. Okay, finally, we can get to the screen itself. So ultimately the screen is held in by screws that hold the hinge down. So we take the screws out for that and then reroute the cables. So all we need to do is pull these all through as best as possible. There we go, that's loose there now. So there's the video and power cable all in one. Okay, the Wi-Fi cables, the signal cables are just literally tucked away down here. We're going to go ahead and just pull them out as well. And there you have it. Pull those out. And now we can go ahead and just hit the hinges full on. So there's two on this side. So hopefully you can see from there, but there's a couple of little screws, they're very tiny, down here. Where my finger is, there's two. So as you can see now, that is now kind of loose completely, and we can remove the screen completely from the laptop. So there's the base of the machine, that's all that's left. We'll put that aside as well. So if you look on the back of it, you'll see where it's kind of starting to come apart already because it's been either dropped or, I don't know, it's just loose in general. So you can see where this comes apart again. So there's more to it than that. This needs to be pulled apart as well, a bit like the top cover did on the laptop. And just put it in here and just try and release it. You hear it cracking because it's clipped down and screwed down normally, but in this case it's just clipped down. There we go. So the plastic cover has come off that holds down and kind of conceals this. It's only clipped on with plastic. Again, we'll put that aside for now. Okay, next thing I can see are 2 screws here and 2 over here, which means that's holding the screen into the plastic itself. I think there's another screw or 2 if I bring this into you. I think there's one there, and there's one under here. They're hidden. They're sneaky. Sneaky. So here we go. Click, 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 all the way around it. Just click that off, and there we have it. So that's another piece we can put aside, and you can start to see why this is not an easy job. And this is where it gets to the good stage, where you can actually replace the screen and you know, put it all back together. Okay, so now we've undo all the screws, this panel will pop out. Now remember, your video cable is attached to it. You need to keep the video cable because that is like unique to this particular model. So you can see it kind of goes into the bottom of the machine here, bottom of the screen, and it will pull off the same way that has from the motherboard, and we'll keep that attached. So let's go ahead and put a flathead screwdriver into this now. Just be gentle and it will lift off. There's the screen, lifts out nice and easily. Just remember to turn this over and unplug the connector in the back the same way as you did with the other one. So it has a piece of sort of sticky plastic, as you can hear, there, and then it will just pull off exactly the same way as the other one did. There we have it. So that's the screen end, which you put back onto the screen, which powers it and gives you the display. Alright, so the next step, now we've got the screen out, is just to literally put all this aside for a second and get the new one out. So we have another one replacement sent to us, and this, all being well, will be the correct display unit for this model of laptop. So there we go. So let's bring the screen housing back into play, like so. And let's go ahead and put this back in. So first thing we want to do is reconnect the video display cable. So we're going to put this back inside here, click that back up, and then just secure that down with the sticky tape that it comes with. Just reconnect that in there, like so. And we're going to put this back down, making sure that we keep these cables out of the way for the Wi-Fi. So we're going to click the frame back on now. So just go ahead and click this on nicely, like so. Just going to grab the plastic. Click the frame down. Keep this little tab free. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and put this piece of plastic back on the bottom here. Alright, so now that the screen's all intact again, we're going to attach this back onto the base of the machine. Alright guys, we need to bring the motherboard back into play now and reconnect this up again. Connect the battery one up. Let's reattach the video cable as well. Power and video. Just like the screen, you just need to put it in and then secure it with the tape. Next thing we want to do is bring the top cover back in and just plonk it on top. Click it all back down again. Alright, so now it's all been clicked down, let's go ahead and turn it over and let's go ahead and put the screws in the reverse of the machine. All that's left to do is plug the power cable back in and turn it on. There we have it, everybody. One fixed screen. There we have it, folks. Once it's done, we're all back up and running on the log on screen. There we have it. One finished laptop. And if you're stupid like me, don't forget to reattach the keyboard ribbon and the trackpad ribbon to the motherboard. As always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time. Please like and subscribe and share these videos. See ya.